Hey everyone, so I'm back again since last year, 2021. No, that was 2 years ago. Can't believe it, 2 years ago. In 2021, when I think the last video I made was about Phantom. Yeah, Phantom during 2021, it went up quite high. I made a lot of money from it and also lost a lot of money. Um, yeah, 2021 was a good year for most of us in the crypto market. But yeah, so after the Federal Reserve raised its rates during the end of 2021, I think much of the market just went downhill, right? Most of 2022, uh, it was a bear market. Okay, so so yeah, um, I can remember I made one of these videos in my channel talking about where the peak of the 2021 market would be. And seems like I nailed it, but I didn't nail the actual price movement. So yeah, the peak of the 2021 market was around 1st November. Okay, and I got these numbers from basically projecting from the halving, a certain amount of days. Okay, uh, 75 weeks. So it was around 75 weeks. I think this is how I did it last year. So turns out it was quite accurate. So yeah, but the actual movement of the price didn't actually go up, to the level that I wanted it to go, uh, which was around 29K, right? I mean, that was my original prediction. So the timing was right, but the price was wrong. Which shows something about what this model, which I'm showing right now, can actually do is that it doesn't really nail the actual price, but it does nail the timing pretty well. So so another thing that this model gives is the bottom of the crypto market. So if you were to look at the past markets, this was I think that was a 2013, yeah, the 2013, 2014 bear market. It nailed the bottom somewhere around here. Okay, and it is also projected from the top of the bull market by about 60 bars. So that's 60 bars, somewhere around there. Okay, and it's something very funny about Bitcoin, right? You know, Bitcoin for some reason it just follows a 4-year cycle. Okay, of course it's because of the mining rewards having every 4 years, but also like it's uncanny how accurate it is. You know, it's just that the way the price goes up and down is just very different. But the timing is uh, where the money is. So yeah, same thing. For 2000, the 2018 bear market price, the price just went down, tried to go down to to the bottom at 10th February, but apparently it bottomed somewhere around December. Yeah, so maybe it's not as accurate, but it does somewhat project where it would be, right? So now we are around the region where around 16 January 2023. I think this date is a bit wrong. Okay, because you project the days forward, it should be, I believe it should be 60 bars. Okay, so this should be 26 December. So this is not right. 26 December 2022. Yeah. So we are past the date, and Well, I mean, just by looking at the previous bull market, I mean the bear market, it didn't actually bottom exactly on the day, but it does somewhat tell us, right, that the market will bottom, around there. So here we are today, around 26 December. Um, Nobody knows where the market will go, right? I mean, we don't know, but there is some certainty to the timing. That this is what I believe, you know. And I would say that if I were to buy Bitcoin, if I were to hold it for 5 years, or maybe not 5 years, but maybe the entire length of the next cycle, right? I would probably buy during this time. So, you know, there are a lot of great traders out there that are saying the price will go down even lower, the 12K, which is what, somewhere around here. Okay. There is some arguments for that. I mean, if you were to draw a volume at price, there could be some, yeah, there could be some market demand that might come in around 12K. It kind of makes sense, right? But at the same time, we don't know if it really would go down all the way to 12K. But what I can say is that, if it really does go down to 12K, it'll probably be around 26 December, right, which is around now. So what I'm saying is that now is a really good time, in my opinion, to buy. And look, Bitcoin is not going anywhere. It's a proof of work cryptocurrency with a great protocol that supports it. Millions of people around the world believe in it. Okay. Yeah, I believe it's not dying. Despite all the FUD, right? I mean, there's all kinds of FUD today, from news articles, saying that Binance is insolvent, all this stuff, saying that Bitcoin's dead 1,000 times over. How many times have you heard that, right? But what I'm saying is that now probably is a time to buy. It could go down 12K. I don't know. If it does, great, right? But this is where the market, I believe, should bottom, somewhere around this time. And if I were to place a purchase of Bitcoin, yeah, I'll do it now. Okay, so if I were to buy Bitcoin, where will I sell it? Well, we have to consider where the 2023 bull market, if there were a bull market, okay, which I believe will be similar to the 2019 very small bull market, but where would the price actually terminate? Well, looking at the VAP, volume at price, we can actually see that there is a major supply resistance around 38K. From 38K to 40K, probably that's where you should sell. Okay. If you want to play the bull market of 2023, if it does end up as a bull market, that's probably where I would sell, right? Yeah. So, of course, if you're a long-term holder, you want to hold for like 3-4 years, yeah, you could hold this thing out. The price might revisit this demand zone around 19K. Okay, you can see there's another demand zone here, 19K. So that's probably where you would buy back if let's say you're trading the 2023 bull market. Yeah, that's probably where you would sell. I mean, that's where you would sell and this is where you buy, right? You will buy at 90K. Yeah. So somewhat in 2019, the price went up to the supply zone. So if you were to draw a VAP somewhere around here, yeah, you notice that there's somewhat a little bit of supply at the top, that's coming in. If I were to convert it to regular, easier to see, right? So yeah, there's a little bit of a little bit of a bulge here in supply that probably was the reason why the price quickly dropped all the way down below the 200-day moving average. Okay, and like whenever the price goes below that and chops around it, is probably no longer in a bull market already, right? So that's exactly what happened. You see, the price went down to the last point of control, which is this dotted line here, which basically represents the biggest volume within this wave, the bear wave, right? It just rejected off that, okay, and then it went down again, even below, to this particular zone at the bottom here. You can see it right here, okay, and that is the demand zone that eventually launched the bull market of 2020. So if 2023 were to play out like 2019, probably what will happen is something like this. Okay, so probably something like this. It will come down, okay, retest the 200-day moving average, which should be something like this, right? The price go up, chop around here, which is where the supply zone is. Chop around like this, go down, retest, drop down to here, okay. And if there's any possible black swan event, you will just go straight down below this point of control to the 17K. Okay, hit this 17K, then rebound upwards into a new bull market. The 200-day moving average should go upwards. It should test, normally it should test the 200-day moving average before launching upwards into a new bull market. I think this will probably how it will play out in 2023 to 2024, right? So yeah, if you want to play this, probably 38, 37, 38K probably is your sell point. Okay, but if you are a long-term holder, great conviction, sure, you can ride out this whole thing, right? Eventually it will go up into a new bull market after the halving, and you should be fine. Of course, this is all not financial advice. I hope that you don't take on leverage, take on loans to buy Bitcoin, because I said that it would go up in 2023, everything, right? I could be wrong. I mean, you can have all kinds of models, right? Eventually you'll be wrong, and it's fine to be wrong. If you're an investor and trader, you should be comfortable with being wrong, right? So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hope you enjoyed what I drew here today. Yeah, and I'll see you again in the next video.